In this video, I'll be talking about site markers and how to extract the site markers in Power Pages using liquid language. Now, what is a site marker? A site marker is basically a configurable named value that points to a specific page on your website that can be accessed in a code in place of a hard-coded URL. So instead of specifying the URL directly for a specific page, you specify the site marker, and then in turn, the site marker can render the content on the page. Now, using a site marker instead of a hard-coded URL means that the page can be moved in the website hierarchy, and the link will continue to work without any other modification. So that means site marker is kind of a instead of an absolute content, it is like a relative content. So if you make any change in your hierarchy of your Power Pages web navigation, then still that particular page will work. So site marker basically load site marker by name. If no value is found, then it will return null. So as you see in this example over here, this is a way through which you can basically access the site marker. So site markers, the value, and then if you want to extract the URL, you can use the URL property, or you can assign it to a variable using the site markers tag. You can use the site marker tag basically to check if basically if that content exists, and if it exists, then you can render the URL, or maybe you can just check within your Power Pages liquid site whether what kind of site markers exist in the backend, and how do we extract those in the Power Pages. Now let me show you an example. So I have this December page. If I click on edit code, I'll be taken to this Visual Studio Code interface. To start with the site marker code, I'll just first show you where does the site marker exist. So if you navigate to the Power Pages Design Studio and navigate to Power Pages Management, this is the backend which stores all the configurational information for your Power Pages site. So here you will find a section under website named as site markers. So site markers basically, I mentioned to you, it's a configurable named value that points to a page on your website. So I have a couple of websites over here. I'll filter by Philadelphia. Now here I have 5 site markers like home, page not found, profile, search. So uh, let's go into the profile site marker first. Okay, so as you see over here, there's a profile site marker. It is pointing to a profile page. So site marker basically has a name, has a website connected to it, and a page, right? So let's play around with this site marker. So first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write a simple liquid code, and I'll just call site markers. So it's called a site markers and site, not site marker. In single code, you can just put profile. Okay, so the site marker name is profile. So I'm just going to use site marker profile. Now I can do other things as well. So first I will use like a simple code and see what output does it generate. So this is the first one. Second one, I'm gonna just say site markers profile dot URL sync. So I just need to save this first. So I forgot to save. I may need to do the synchronization again because I forgot to save the changes. So as you see over here, it has rendered the content correctly. So if you just type in site markers of that value, it doesn't return anything, right? But if I type in site markers of the value, so the profile dot URL will give you the relative path of the URL. So as you see over here, so it has rendered this. But before this you don't see any content over here. So how to use the site marker is you use the property of the site marker. Now what if you want to see the content of the page. Okay, so let me get rid of this because this is of no use. So you just need to use dot url to extract the url, the logical url. Now if you want to see what does this profile site marker contains, then there is a way. You just type in site markers profile dot, and you want to extract the copy of that page. So adx underscore copy, so dot adx underscore copy. Now I'll just put a horizontal rule just to give you that segregation, show you that segregation. Now let's see what is there in the profile page. So if I click on the profile page, the profile ADX copy page basically will contain some HTML content, right? So as you see over here, I'm in the profile information. And if I go into the localized content here, I should be able to see what does that profile page contains. So let it load. So as you see over here, the HTML copy of that profile web page content page contains this information that has got some p tag and strong tag. Now if I run this over here, as you see after that hr, I can see the HTML content from the profile page, right? So what essentially we have done over here is we have extracted the content of the profile site marker. So this is how you extract the content. So it has first extracted the HTML content. HTML content is this, and it has taken that content and it has rendered in the page over here. So like this, I can uh, render any of the content. So again, coming back here, filter by Philadelphia, and here I can show access denied, I can show you search, I can show you profile page. So if I want to show access denied, I just go into access denied, and from access denied I go into the localized content over here, and then you just see these are the access denied content, right? Now if I just type in access denied, then it should render that. So I'll just copy this again, and I will just say access denied. So make sure that you name it correctly. So access denied. So if you go to site markers, access denied is the text. They go ahead and synchronize. So this is how basically you can utilize the site markers. Now, which all places you can use site marker? Now site markers are basically used to basically check, uh, first thing is like whether the site marker exists or not. Okay, so you can assign it to a variable. So you can use this format. So I'll just say assign, say site marker, I'll just say sm equal to, and then you say site markers, and then you put whatever site marker you want. So I'll just have say profile or something like that. Okay, so let me create say let me assume that there is a site marker named as Girish profile. Now if it doesn't exist, so now this does not exist, right? I've just made it up. So it says assign sm equal to site markers Girish profile, and you can check it in the if condition. So you just say if sm, so if sm, so if sm means if sm exists, or if sm equal to true, then do something. Okay, else do something. So I'll just say percent. So this one is for else. If it exists, do this, or you just say and if, right? So if, else, and if, and we don't need this. And if it exists, I'll just say site marker exist. No, site marker doesn't exist. So this is how you can basically use the site marker in conditional operators, right? One thing is like if you have a site markers for login or for profile, you can actually check and then get that value extracted. Other way to extract the site marker, so we need to see the output of this access denied. So let's first see the output of this access denied. So let me sync this. So after this text, you should see access denied text over here. So this is how the access denied content will get rendered. It says you do not have access to this, and this is how you can show it to the user. So if there is some section which you think that the user does not have a permission, then you can display that site marker conditionally. Now from a conditional perspective, I told you that we have used the site marker in such a way that we first assign it to a variable, and then if it exists, it will tell you site marker exists. If it doesn't, site marker doesn't exist. So let me do a hard refresh, and it says no, site marker doesn't exist because we have just made that site marker. So this is how you can utilize those site markers. Other thing what you can do is, I have just say copy this particular. So if you want to again, I'll just put a HR tag over here. So what happens here is, like, it will display the liquid code. Now by default it shows up the liquid code, but then if I can even put as a parameter and as a show me the liquid code. So after the site marker doesn't exist, it should show me the profile adx copy liquid. Now if we use the liquid filter, then it should show the content of that profile page. Okay, so I'll just sync this. So we have seen multiple pages site markers. So we have seen profile, we have seen access denied. So if you want to render a specific site marker, what you can do, you can just extract those content and then display. So first thing what we have done, we have shown you how to get the URL. Second, showed you how to use the profile page, then how to show the access denied page. So this is how it will show, and then after that we have done some conditions on site marker exist or not by utilizing the variable. And now again we have displayed the content, but this time we have used the liquid filter. So you can use that as well, because in turn it will extract the liquid, render the liquid content, and then display on your page. So that's it, folks. This is how you basically use a site marker, a configurable named value that points to a page on your website that is accessed in a code in place of a hard coded URL. Thanks for watching.